Faze looks like a secret everyone already knows. Low neon, velvet shadows, a ceiling that listens. Beneath the chandeliers, humans laugh over craft cocktails and think the darkness is aesthetic. The supernaturals know better. Demon keep to the banquettes. An impa trio smokes to keep the hunger down. A rougarou in a cut suit twists his ring finger as he eyes his prey. A wraith drifts where the lights fail and pretends to be a draft. Monroe Heights is a favorite district of the old money hungry. Lysira owns Faze, and her rules are simple. Neutral ground, no open feeding, no fights, and never say the old names out loud. I polish a glass anyway. Habits make mortals feel safe. My name is Sable. I'm a Lugat Demon. It's nice to meet you. Lugat feed on what clings to a person after they leave a room. The thoughts that stain, the fear that ferments, the love that won't wash out. I can hold a hand around a warm glass and taste the arguments someone didn't have. I don't need to kill. Most nights, I don't. Most. Every drink has a story. Some stories drink back. The door breathes open, and a draft walks in wearing a man. Dark coat, collar too wide, shoes with a shine you can't buy anymore. He's ordinary enough to vanish in a crowd, except he doesn't. The neon surrenders around him like it has to remember. He takes a seat at the bar, 2 stools down from where a wraith pretends not to watch. I recognize him almost immediately. His name was Eli. He liked corned beef from a place that isn't there anymore, and he laughed with his whole head. He showed me a photograph of his sister in a paper frame while we were under a broken street lamp behind the shrimp cannery near the docks. He said he wasn't afraid, and then he was. That was 30 years ago. He looks up from his hands and smiles. What can I get you? My voice works. My fingers don't. He says, blood in the glass. Faze inhales. Humans keep talking because they don't hear past the music. But in the booths, the daemon lean a little. The impa and rougarou hold their smoke. The wraith tilts, listening with its absence. That drink is not meant for humans. I have a choice to say no. I have a choice to call over the bouncer, to ask for an escort out, to enforce Lysira's rule. I could pour whiskey and call it a misunderstanding. But some nights the past lays a napkin on the bar and takes a seat. Some nights the bar pulls the past in like tide. I nod. How special, I say, for the humans, for the room. There's a shelf behind the bottles you see. It's a strip of shadow with a tiny keyhole that isn't there. I don't know where it came from. Faze was built around curiosities. Some acquired, some inherited, some that arrived the way a migraine does. The decanter is older than the sound system and younger than the chandeliers. I tell myself I didn't bring it here. I tell myself a lot of things. I unlock the dark and ease the decanter out. The liquid inside gathers itself as if it has a mind to be whole. I set a small tumbler on a black napkin and give the decanter a slow tilt. It doesn't pour. It remembers. It leaves the glass in a ribbon in the way a name leaves a mouth when someone hasn't said it in years. It smells like iron under sugar, like coin rolled between knuckles, like sweating in a winter coat because you won't take it off in case you have to run. It quivers when it settles. I slide the drink across, and the glass stops exactly in front of his right hand. You sure? I ask. He nods. I've been thirsty for so long. He takes the first sip as if he's waiting for a signal I can't see. His throat works. Nothing else does. It's cold, he says. March. It's raining and the light's busted. Flickers once like an eye that can't stay open. He laughs, small. Funny what you remember. Yes, I guess. She asked me for a light, he says, and then corrects himself. No, she didn't ask. She already had one. She wanted me to look at her hand. He holds up his right hand and turns it palm out, like he's showing me for the first time. Your ring, he tells me gently. You wore it on your first finger then, not your second. You switched later. I have a ring. I switch it when I want to. I didn't know I'd done it then. His second sip is smaller. It takes longer to swallow. You smelled like winter, not the cold, the smoke, violet ash. You told a joke. You always tell jokes when you hurt people. It makes the air lighter. I laughed because I wanted you to like me. A sound staggers out of me. It isn't human or supernatural. It's a chair scraped across tile in an empty room. You said it wouldn't hurt, he says. It didn't. Not at first. It was... He gropes for the word, and his fingers find the glass instead. He steadies it with both hands, like prayer. It was tender. The impa across the bar leans forward, and then thinks better of it. The wraith's outline is a suggestion I've chosen to indulge. In the middle, he says, you said a name, and I thought it was mine, and I wanted it to be mine. He looks at me in a way that could forgive me if I asked it to. It wasn't my name. I can't remember what name I said. That might be worse than remembering. The last sip clings to the glass like the last word in a fight. He touches the scar under his thumb. You were gentle. I was. Then I wasn't. He leans forward as if to stand, and he is gone. The stool rocks and settles. The napkin lifts and falls. The glass on the bar holds its little moon of red, and it moves, very slightly, clockwise, the way river water will find the least arrogant rock and go around it. No one screams. Faze teaches a certain politeness. Humans look at each other, then at their untouched drinks, then back to one another. I take the glass. The rim is cold. I don't drink it. I do what bartenders do. I clear the bar. I bring the tumbler to the well and rinse it under water that runs hotter than skin. I then set the decanter back behind the shelf, and lock the keyhole that isn't there. The music swells. The Rougarou laughs at something real. The Impa light new cigarettes like it's a sacrament. The wraith is elsewhere, and also exactly where it was. Humans flirt because that is a spell that never goes out of style. The other bartender slides a martini to a woman wearing a bracelet that costs more than a mortal funeral. I wipe the spot where Eli Navarro's hands were 1:30 years ago. The cloth comes away damp. When I wring it, the water has no color at all. At the end of the bar, a human man asks me what the special is tonight. I tell him we're out of it. He doesn't ask what it was. Every drink has a story. Some stories wait for you to pour them. Some blood keeps secrets. Some blood remembers.